Hi guys, how are you doing? So there's a lot important data that is currently coming out, and we would be discussing that. Just give me a sec. So it was a wonderful week today that is being ended. Market had given us a great opportunities as well. So we would be talking about almost everything, that how things actually looked and how we are supposed to earn money out of that, and it is mostly based on the educational side. So at 2 a.m., that is Eastern Standard Time, we are so for the pound we are getting the retail sales data, as well as at 4:30 a.m. we would be getting the flash PMIs, that is related to closely to the CPI as well. So PMIs are like really important because they act as a leading indicator specifically. So you can see that it is a leading indicator for economic health. Business react quickly to the market conditions, and their purchasing managers hold perhaps the most current 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 and relevant insight of the company's economy. So it's basically a survey of 650 purchasing managers, which asked the respondents to rate the relative level of the business conditions according to the productions, new order, price, deliveries, and inventories. And above 50 indicate the industry expansion. And so there are like two reports of it. One is flash, and other is final. The flash release, which sourced the first report and is the earliest. So it has like some importance that is related to actually the inflation that is being really currently, like, market is moving towards the inflation side. So for the euro, as we know that France, Germany, we would be getting the data for them as well, along with the uh, pound. Then at 8:30 a.m., which is the New York session, we would be getting uh, some of the Canadian dollar and US dollar retail sales data and PMI data for the USD. And then there is a Bank of Canada's governor speaks as well. So it would be a wonderful opportunity out here, but we have to be really careful that how we actually tackle this. So quickly jumping back towards the charts right now, and we can like see that how things are actually looking right in the charts. So we do have a DXY right now open, and we can actually like witness that prices in the DXY, this was the high right here, and prices were unable to reach or to take the high, and after that we saw a big sell off, a small pullback, and pump and dump scenario again. It went like that, and after that you see that prices tried pushing on the upper side, failed, took the liquidity around this point, and then there was a big drop after small pullbacks and small swings. And this is the best swing that we actually got. And after that, the prices went on the downside. And right now, the prices are holding here. And it is the point that can be a significant reversal for a while, and then again we can get a drop like that in the continuation of this structure like that. So saying that, that this could be a good point of reversal is I'm not sure about that, but what I'm looking at is that prices is kind of holding around here, and we can see that some of the bullish pressure is being built up right now. So if we see on the left hand side that if we can get some of the evidences around here, so most probably like I believe that we can get a reaction around like 106 level, that is right here underneath here. So let's see how things actually looks and when the price actions unfold, because it is so much early right now to determine that will the DXY would be holding around here or not. So that's how it looks. Now moving towards USD CAD. USD CAD is gave us this move around. This was a great pullback that happened when the prices went up. This is a pump. This is a dump scenario. After that, this range actually formed, and after the formation of the range, prices dropped really quickly down there. Like the prices were dumped after that, and when the prices were dumped, prices went back down. This was the point actually I was looking to take a trade, but on that specific time I couldn't take the trade. So what ended up happening, that prices went down again, prices started pulling back up, and this was the trade which I actually took around this point. But the problem was with the DXY is that it has been a dollar is currently holding the position. So in that case, although I am out really early, but this was the scenario which it actually building up. So I kind of like locked in my profit around this point, but there is a good chance that prices actually can go down. There you can see my alert. Actually, this was the point where I wanted to take the profit. So but I kind of like took it early right here. So it's not a bad thing, but we can let the trade run, because most probably like the things can reach down there as well. So this is a live trade that actually I took. Then moving to USD CHF, USD CHF also gave us this wonderful opportunity around this point, and we got a great rejection around this level as well. Loving the momentum here with the price actually that it actually pushed. So I'm more curious like about the point where we actually found out about this rejection. So later on we can like see it, but you can see right here that exactly the price came to this level, and then we saw this drop, and prices actually came back down to the range, completing the range around that. So it was a wonderful opportunity as well. And USD JPY, all of the suddenly the dollar is getting weak, so yens are taking hold, because yens are the safest currencies as a safe haven like gold. So you can see right here that as the dollar dropped, there was a big pullback, and after the pullback we can see that prices continuously went down again. This was the good opportunity for us to actually and take a trade and push the prices on the downside. And after reaching the price right here, we can see that there is a reaction that is coming. We can see a big engulfing right now, which can actually push further the prices towards the upper side. And then again, if we can actually break out and like continuously move on the upper side with the dollar strengthening up. So there is a thing that is going into the market, that specifically the inflation of United States has reached to like 3%, and the tariffs on the other hand are being not being decided yet. So this indecision in the tariffs, specifically for the exporting firms, this is pushing the prices down, because as you know that when the tariffs are being imposed, so most probably like the chances are that the companies are getting rid of the dollars, and they are actually started to accumulate their trading activities in another currency pairs, which seems more safer. So this is the thing that until and unless the tariffs are being decided, that's the reason actually of pushing the because of that we can see that a big dump is coming into the dollar right now. And moving back to the euro USD, we can see that the swing reactions which actually came in euro right here, it's really amazing. And right again the prices went down, reached to this level, and then again the prices are pushing on the upper side. So it seems like that the structure is completed right now around about here, but again there's a good chance that prices can continue on the upper side, even like reaching to this level. And just remember, this level is really untouched right now, so it would be the first time that prices would be reaching around there. So it is a really important level in that regard, because it's it's like not even mitigated right now. So this is a really flash level, so that's why I'm placing my alert right here in front of you. This is euro GBP. So this was a wonderful trade that I took this week. And euro GBP is a pair that actually correlates with the euro as well as pound. And we can see right here that prices went touched this time, first time, then second time, and the third time. After taking the liquidity around this point, there was a big sell off that occurred. And secondly, the trend was on the downside. I kind of like held this position towards a lot longer than my expectations. I got out at this point after taking some of the profits. So prices still went on the downside, and here we got like one touch, two touch, and this time the reaction was occurring, so that I was just a bit curious about that because of this order block as well. So this kind of made me trigger to take my much of my profits around that and closing the trade, although I was most of my trade was closed around that. So it was a wonderful trade. I'm quite happy about that. So let's see how it runs further. Euro odd. So Aussies has been a good competitor at this moment. We did got some of the newses for Aussies as well, so that kind of pushed the dumped the euro in as compared to the Aussie. So that's why we are seeing this swing structure on the downside. Are really clear price actions around here. So my alert is right in here. So we are getting certainly a reaction on the upper side, but we have to actually wait for the significant price action to be developed at that moment. On the other hand, we can see that New Zealand dollar. The New Zealand dollar, we had their rates coming, they decreased their rates. So we did got a reaction around this point. I was hoping for the prices to be pushed on the upper side, but it was basically a liquidity grab around this order block, and you can see that how quickly they dumped it down. Although this was a good reaction, I was into the trade around this point, and the prices failed to break this level, and I was believing in the continuation on the upper side, but it was a big fake out. So we have to deal with that when we are trading. And this is euro CAD right here, and it is a bit inconvenient to say that what would be happening in there, but we can see that we do have a break of structure around here, and the prices are going significantly into these levels around here. And this is the first push, a second push, and this is the third push. And you can see right here the candles, the price actions which is being formed right now is forming a insignificant push on the upper side, but it is kind of like going sideways right now. So although most probable chance could be like that, we can see this type of move in the further continuation towards the downside, at least to this level. But there's a lot of data for the euro, so it's really difficult to say right now how the things would be actually forming euro JPY. So this was the structure right here, and you see this is the structure. Price went up and then came back down and then broke on the upper side. This move I was totally ready to even take this position right here. uh, I was most probably looking at NZD JPY, that is similarly to Euro JPY, but the thing is that it was really an odd time for me to take a trade, so I let it go. And this is Euro CHF. Euro CHF is making a structure that is quite quite choppy right now. You can see that each time the prices are pushing on the upper side, prices can come back down there at least to this level, and then we can actually understand that what's the reaction. But most probably the thing is that I believe that euro CHF can come down from this point, and we are getting a small reaction around here. Maybe till my morning we can see certain kind of reaction. So this is basically pound. Pound has given us a great move on the upper side. It's much better than euro right here, and you can see that prices came back down at this point, and after that they broke out around here again, a small pin bar. This is a good opportunity to take a trade till that point, and then again pull back, and again the prices continue on the upper side. So right now we are getting a reaction around this point. But most important thing, guys, to note right now is that the levels which are placed are quite excellent in that sense, if we understand the levels around here. So this was the trade that I actually took, and I took the trade around this candle when it was forming, because the structure is like totally on the downside. Price pulled back and then price went down, and I was expecting a reaction around this order block right here. So we did got a reaction and prices went down, but the problem with this pair is that at the rollover phase, the the spreads enhanced a lot. So with the broker which I am trading, so the spreads around about go to 27.5 pips at the rollover phase, and it is quite difficult to handle this type of pair that the spreads are so huge specifically to trade. But this is one of the pair that if you trade in a certain level, you can actually a certain time zone, like for London Open, and you can hold till NY session. Things can be pretty excellent when we think about that. So it's similarly GBP NZD. This was a situation that was forming actually with this kind of move I told you about. Like we had NZD's interest rates coming out previous days, and this kind of fake out that happened. Came back, prices pushed back down, went up, and forming the structure. It was a quite solid trade at the moment when I actually recognize, although I'm not into this trade, but I I was able to get my attention in this regard because the prices were totally forming the best pattern that was forming of this pullback and this breakout on the other side, and we did got a breakout. But now it's a good opportunity that any sort of pullback can give us a reaction on the downside. So I have to be like super attentive about this pair, because I believe that there's much more potential than right now, and today is the time to actually execute this position. So on the other hand, if we see GBP CAD, GBP CAD has been in a downtrend in this position right here. We can see that price is pushed on the downside. Then after that, again, this is a rally that is moving on the upper side like that, but it's still not clear that how the price action is actually forming right now. But we are getting a small reaction around this point, and this is also an order block right here. So let's see that if we can actually get some move specifically related to that. So in that case, we actually have to wait for this level to be actually priced to come around this level, and if further breaks on the downside, and then if we get a pullback and we get some certain kind of reaction like that, and then we can actually take a trade on the downside. We have to wait till the price actually forms into a range. So see, if the prices are like that, expecting the price to actually break and go down directly like that, things can happen like that, of course. But for us to be on a solid side, to have a confirmed position, if the prices are on the bullish side like that, just wait till the prices go sideways. That shows that the momentum has been decreased or being transferred from the buyers to the sellers, and then on the break or pullback we can get a move around this point. So it's really amazing, specifically that with the experience we can understand this level, because most probably the masses would be like shorting around here, and I wouldn't say that it's a bad position right now to specifically enter, but the idea is we need to actually go for the repeatable, scalable setups. So this was the trade which I was talking about, that I kind of like recognize this as a 3 bar play. Bar 1 pullback and continuation of the bar 2, but it was happening at really odd time. And guys, you need to understand that specifically like the timings, that really matters. We need to work in the high volatile times. So if the volatility is high but the timing your sessions is not right, so sometimes things can go really on the other side. So this is Swiss, guys, and the Swiss is moving on the upper side right now. We do have certain kind of levels around here. Prices, when reached on the upper side like that, got rejected, again retested this level and again got rejected, and again the price is pushed on the upper side, form a probe right here, and after that now prices are going on the sideways side. So let's see how the things happen, but most probably like it can give us a downside move, because the way the prices are rejected and coming into this zone back. So on the other hand, let's see how the breakout occurs, and we can actually like take the position based on the pullbacks. This is euro, this is Aussie USD, and we can see that the way this level actually worked right here. So see, it's all about the levels which we mark, and our levels should be accurate when we mark, and accuracy comes with the experience and the chart timings. I wouldn't recommend you to sit 24 hours, but whatever levels you're marking, they should be worth it, because these levels aren't marked right now. They are marked, I think, on maybe around about on Tuesday, and you can see that the reaction that occurred is perfect on the level. So sometimes we do miss the trade. So for example, like if this is the trade that happened on Aussie, and if we missed it, we didn't miss it because we took the trade on the Canadian dollar. So it's the same thing because all these pairs are correlated. And Euro NZD, sorry, Aussie NZD has started giving us a sell side move similarly, and we got a great reaction around here. So it's so much wonderful to see that uh, that pound and specifically euros are would be giving us a reaction when it comes to NZD pair because Aussie has begun. Similarly, AUD CAD is giving us a reaction around here, and most probably the pullback can happen to this level, and then again we can get a position on the upper side like that. But we need to actually wait in order for this position to be unfold itself. Similarly, like GBP CAD and Euro JPY and GBP JPY, we got a move on the upper side, and now prices are pulling back on the inside move. Let's see how things gonna look. AUD CHF, after giving us a big move, we are getting a reaction around this point. We got a reaction around this point, and now we are getting a reaction around this point, and you can see the way the candles are being formed after failing to break on the upper side. Let's see how things actually develop from this point. Similarly, NZD USD, wonderful move, making a double bottom right here, and prices broke out of this structure and moving on the upper side can reach to this level. And NZD CAD similarly like that, prices broke out really wonderfully. And just a sec, guys. Prices broke out wonderfully from this point, and after that you can see right here, and this small pullback went up, pullback, and continued on the upper side like that. So this was another trade, guys, and I was able to capture this trade from this point right here, and you can see that the prices went really down. I got stopped out specifically around here. My stop loss was around there, so I was able to lock in this move around this point, but I was also able to partial close my positions down there as well. So it's not a bad, it wasn't a bad trade, but the way you can see that how the prices actually reversed around that point. And this was the trade which I was specifically talking about right now, that this was the trade which I was talking about. You see, that is known as range extension, and we can ever discuss that if you guys like let me know. So you can see that the prices actually came back down, pulled back, and this is the high of the range, this is the low of the range, and you can see that this was our target of the range expansion. That is the Fibonacci. We can measure it through the Fibonacci, that this was like 1 and this is 2. So this is an equal length right here to this length. So you can see that, for example, if you are working systematically, so this is a wonderful tool that I sometimes use. So after the breakout, you can get a measured move of the good profit level around this we do care about this move that it further exceeded this level, but most importantly the thing is that we can get a measured move from this point to this point as a 1:1 trade. So that was basically the idea in this, and it performed really wonderfully. And it's okay if we can take this trade. I didn't take this trade, but I was able to lock this trade from this point to this point. And then moving further, NZD CHF. We need to see CHF in combined correlation, because although we are looking at the three touches around this point, so there would be like things that would be happening. And CAD JPY, we did got a reaction for the JPYs. We can see that we got an NZD JPY, we got an Australian dollar, we got an GJ, and we got an EJ Euro JPY. So similarly reaction for the CAD JPY, which we got. And but the real trade, guys, it was after this pullback around this point. So this was our actual trade that we should have focused, and rather than like these massive moves all of the sudden, because these are the moves that actually entice a trader, a retail trader, to take a impulsive decision, because the professional traders would rather die rather than chasing the price. So professional traders never chase a price. So we as a professionals cannot chase a price, rather than we have to wait for the proper setup. And similarly CAD CHF, right now it's in the zone right here. Let's see how the things run after that. So, and this is CHF JPY again. That is, we discussed CAD JPY, and this is CHF JPY right here. And most probably, like you can see right here, we can find a divergence as well. I haven't checked the divergence. I would be checking in front of you right now. So most probably, I'm quite sure there would be a divergence. So there is a small amount of divergence in there, not a big divergence, a small amount of divergence, but there are certain tools that we can actually use that as well. But you have to be like super professional, that is it your edge or not. Anyway, guys, so we are done with the analysis. You can see that certainly we had like a good amount of trades today. Not today, but specifically this week. And today is really important. Again, we do have like a lot of data coming out, and we have to plan the trades. So it's really important for you guys to specifically like plan a trade. That, for example, if the price is right here, so if you want to like understand that your technical edge specifically suggests you to sell around this point, so you should sell around this point, rather than like waiting that we can buy this right now, and then if the prices go up, and then we're gonna like sell. So what if like the buys happen like that and price never go on the upper side? So it's really important for us to specifically wait for the plan and understand that how things would be looking for the future benefit of your account. So take care, guys.